How you doing, everybody? Welcome. This is Wild Wild Westworld. We're here to discuss this week's episode of Westworld. I'm your host, Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Mara the Shark Watkins.
Howdy doody.
And not joined by Jonny Jums Grutzius because he's a piece of shit and I hate him right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I said it. Hope he heard me too. Fuck him.
He's not watching because then he'd get all these spoilers.
I hope he is watching so I can spoil everything for him. Because fuck you, John. Nah, it's cool. Just playing. He had some things happening, so he couldn't make it. It is what it is. It's life. Life sucks. But besides that, how are you, Mar?
I'm good.
Just good?
I have my face beat to the gods by Elf.
Oh. Nice. So, I had something, a couple things I needed to clear up. So, did you know that in addition to the episodes having titles, the seasons of Westworld have titles?
No.
Neither did I. So, I forgot what the name of this season is. I'm looking it up right now. But
Okay.
the name of last season was The Maze.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Let me see. What is the title of this season? Come on.
It's probably Glory or something. Getting to glory.
I refuse to believe. What's it called? The Door is the name of this episode. Of this season. The Door.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned. Well, have they mentioned The Door? I don't remember them mentioning The Door. So, yeah.
They haven't mentioned the door this season, but
Yeah.
they mentioned it a lot last season.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one thing I wanted to clear up. And also another thing I wanted to clear up. When we were talking last week about all the folks they found out in the water, we were like, there was nobody that we recognized in the water. And you specifically asked about Dolores and Teddy, and I was like, no, I don't think so. I've read some things since then. I've heard some things since then. And what they're saying is, I don't know about if this is true for sure, but that Teddy was in the water. The one they were like lingering on for a while at the end.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah. So anyway, those are a couple things I just wanted to clear up because we want to be accurate, But anyway, let's move on forward. This episode was called Reunion. And kicks off with, Dolores out in the actual city, and we were just like, is she out? And then like, oh no, she's talking to Arnold. Okay, so this is old. So they let her out a while ago to try to show her some shit. Turns out like they had her out there because they were getting ready to do this demonstration. And they what the fuck is his name? Anthony Hopkins. What's his name? Robert. Yeah,
Ford.
wanted to use her in this demonstration, and I was like, no, she ain't ready. We got to use one of the other ones. And I'm like, okay. But I guess he kind of showed that she wasn't when she kind of repeated that same line about the lights, And he was just like, yeah, she's definitely not ready. Let's shut this shit down.
Shut it down.
Yeah. Let's see. Some points that I want to make sure we got to.
So, when I was saying if they would end up in the actual outside world, and you said from the trailer, it seems like in this season that we'll see them there. I guess, like what we saw in, the season trailer is a flashback.
Yeah. Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like that may be what we were seeing. No, we don't know for sure, but it seems like that's it. Because we saw her out there quite a bit in this episode, and that was all, like you said, flashbacks.
It seems like a safe assumption, though, because I've started seeing theories as of last week's, opening episode, about how we may be viewing 3 different timelines, especially of Arnold's life.
Oh yeah. They're definitely playing around with time again. Because the ones we know we have for sure is the timeline like after all the shit went down, like after all the hosts have been killed and shit. Then we got the time when, right after the gala.
Right.
So, and then there's flashbacks before that now with young William and all that. So we got 3 for sure. But speaking of William and young William, his conversation with his father-in-law was interesting.
Why does his father-in-law have an accent, but Ben Barnes' character doesn't?
Maybe he was born in another country and the son wasn't.
Okay.
That's usually all it takes.
That.
Yeah. If he grew up in whatever other country he was in and then, moved to America and his son was born and raised in America, it makes sense that he wouldn't have an accent. Anyway, we were talking about William. He's talking to his father-in-law and he's basically trying to sell him on, further investing.
Investing.
Yeah, further investing in the Westworld because apparently that asshole brother-in-law already did. But they need to go a bit further. Basically, the way he sold him on it is, hey, you want to do real like market research and shit? Like, this is it right here. This is people who aren't faking it, this is what they really want. This is what they really are. You really want some real like raw data? Here it is right here.
When they were doing the demonstration for for Ben Barnes' character, and he thought it was just the girl, and then in turn it turned out to be everyone else except her.
No, it was her too.
Okay. It was her too?
Yeah, her too.
Oh, okay. How about this? Either way, that's a crazy cool ass demonstration.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was really awesome. At least I think she was too. That seemed to be what they were implying, that she was also. But
I thought they were first implying that he thought she was one, and then she started laughing, and then everyone else stopped.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, okay, so it's not her, it's everyone else.
Well, the reason why I think it was her, like she was also, was because of that conversation that Arnold had with Robert before, when he was like, she's not ready, use one of the other girls. So,
okay.
So that's what makes me think that she was one of them also.
She's there to close the deal.
Mm-hmm. But
deal closer, literally.
So I didn't think that Logan was alive. I thought he was dead.
I forgot all about Logan, to be honest, until he popped up on the screen with ants on his head.
No, not Logan. Not Lawrence. That's Lawrence that you're referring to. Logan is brother-in-law, the asshole.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he was in the episode.
Oh, okay. So that was him. Okay.
Yeah. So that was what I'm like, oh, okay, so he didn't die out there. Okay.
That's nice to know. I liked his character. Well, no, I don't. That's a lot.
You liked his character?
Yeah. I like the actor. Don't really care for the character that much.
Let's see. Let's talk a bit more about Dolores and her adventures with,
her crusade.
Yeah, Dolores and company, as I like to call them.
Dolores and friends.
Yeah,
is what I'm going to call them.
So, they riding and shit, and apparently they broke into this area, place where they're not supposed to be awake at. They bust up in there. And they're like, yo, show Teddy
what you've done.
Yeah, what the shit he went through. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? And he snaps.
But I mean, like, wouldn't you,
if
you found out that people were killing you and then reanimating you for fun?
Yeah.
Like just for shits and giggles. Like, I'd be livid.
Oh, yeah. I'd have lost my shit, too. It was just, man.
I thought he was gonna kill that dude.
I
And
did
was like,
too.
aw.
Let's see what else we got. So he sees what's really going on. She's like, all right, well, what do? We need an army and all that kind of shit. We get old man Billy back, and
Old man Billy.
I forgot to mention this, but I was confused last week. His arm healed rather quickly. Because, I distinctly remember Dolores breaking his arm. And his arm being like, in a cast and sling and shit at the end of last season. And he wakes up in this season and all of a sudden his arm isn't hurt no more.
HBO magic.
I guess. But anyway, he goes and he saves Lawrence again. This is who you were confusing earlier, Lawrence. Well, they were about to get ants all up in him and shit.
All in his brain.
Yeah. So he saves him again because, I guess he's just the guide. But, the people he's saving from, one of them gets back up and he's just like, oh shit, yes, it's real. The game is real now, which actually makes it more like an actual video game too because,
Right.
everything doesn't always die on one shot.
Or like Cardi B's first intro hit to her album. Get knocked down 9 times, get up 10.
Oh, okay. So, like, did you already start down?
You get knocked down 9 times.
So you really only have to get up 9, unless you were already down to begin with.
Knocked down 1. I'm not doing the physics here.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying. If you get knocked down and you get back up, that's 1 to 1.
Knocked down, get up 1. Knocked down.
You only have to get up 9 times. Unless, like I said,
I feel like you get knocked down 9 times, you get up a 10th time.
You get up the 9th time. Then you got knocked down the 9th time, you get back up that 9th time.
But what if you're not counting the first knockdown?
Why wouldn't you count the first knockdown?
I don't know. Travis, it's late. Like, you're asking me to do, like, physics and math.
It's really not physics. It's logic. Like, I'm just trying to figure out where the extra get up is.
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I didn't write the song.
You
Cardi
quoted it.
Because it made sense at the time until you started trying to bring logic into it. What does he have to do with it? Aha.
I'm not giving you that. I'm not.
I already took it for myself.
Anyway, one of the hosts gets back up and shit, and they're just like, "Yo, yeah, you need more than that." So he had to shoot him like in the throat and shit.
You know what? The first thing I thought of was what I said instantly out loud. I was like, "Oh shit, he shot his stack out," and I was just like, "Oh, that's the wrong show."
Wrong show. Wrong show.
Wrong show of reanimated people.
Oh man, that was an Altered Carbon reference. In case you all didn't, catch that. So apparently, different places within Westworld have these little healing packages thing, because he, broke open the little thing in the back of a bar and pulled out this little thing and healed his hand up because he had got shot in his hand.
First aid kit.
Yeah.
How you just heal a hand shot?
Technology, man. It's the future. But yeah, that's why he said, yeah, technically this is cheating, but hey, they changed the rules first.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. Ain't my fault you know the cheat codes. Let's see. Talked about that. So we have Dolores and company. They meet up with Maeve and her crew. It was a very brief meeting, but we got a very interesting line from Maeve that I really liked. She was like, "Revenge is just a different prayer at their altar, and I'm well off my knees." And I was like,
Okay.
Let the church say amen. Pun intended. But yeah.
I took it as all pun.
Hmm?
I took it as all pun because
Hmm?
she used to be the what is it? The not den mother.
Madam?
Yes, there we go. Something like that. My brain kept saying "say mistress," and I'm like, no, it's not the word.
Oh man. So anyway, after that they meet up with some of those Confederate, dudes, and
Fuckwads.
yeah, they tried to get all, high and mighty with them, and Dolores like, oh, so y'all ain't gonna play ball? All right. So they just kill them all. And then revive them like, all right, you gonna listen now?
Bring him back. And he looked shook.
Yeah.
He looked shook down to the core.
I enjoyed that.
I'm enjoying a lot of what Dolores is doing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Speaking of Dolores, she, at that party when father-in-law is retiring and I guess William's taking over. They're playing the piano and shit. I don't know. There wasn't really much to that scene other than her saying that same line again about the lights. That's when we found out Logan was still alive. But just interesting that she, he actually did like still have her around, even after all the shit went down last season. So we got now. I guess there's a new El Lazo that used to be Lawrence, and familiar face if you all, Oh, you didn't watch Breaking Bad yet.
I haven't finished, no, but you can tell me who it is.
There's a character named Gustavo Fring.
Season.
I don't remember the seasons particularly. I saw Breaking Bad so long ago, but he's in a very huge chunk of the show.
I'm only in season 2, so.
Okay. Yeah, he plays a very important role in the show. So that was fun to see. But he wants, like, El Lazo.
Oh, the one who, when they were surrounded in the circle, and he shot William's gun into his head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So, I wasn't sure if you were about to say, oh, that you recognize him from there, or that you remember him in Breaking Bad, or what. I had to wait. But,
No. I thought, to be honest, for a moment, I thought that was Rick Fox, but then I realized that wasn't Rick Fox. Don't judge me.
It is entirely too late for that. Rick Fox is not the only person who can have hair like that, all right?
Okay, but at least you know why I identified that as Rick Fox first.
That doesn't make it a good reason.
I didn't say it was, but at least we were here for 2 seconds.
Because I know you. Let me see. Anyway, before he does that whole thing when he shoots himself with William's gun, he says, and I quote, "The game was meant for you, William, but you must play it alone." So he don't get no help.
Right. He does not get an army. You do not get to collect $200 and pass go.
Yeah, like, this is what you wanted. You got to play it on your own, dude.
Even in death, like, just, I feel like I'm going to be saying that all season. Robert is just fucking with him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I really think that the whole time he's putting this together, he was chuckling to himself. Like, yeah.
Oh, he's going to get so bad.
Yeah, he's going to be pissed. Let's see. So it looks like William spent some time in the little underground lab place thingy where they clean up the dead shit.
Dead shit.
He's in there talking to Dolores in there, and they have their little conversation. But post Gala Dolores, I guess you could say like not really present day, but further in the future, is talking to Teddy and like, yo, I know it is like, it's a place, but it's not a place. It's a weapon. And I'm gonna use to kill all them motherfuckers.
Dolores, right?
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna use to, destroy them all and blah blah blah.
Yeah, when they were on that hilltop and she said that to Teddy, y'all was like, ooh, shit's gonna go down.
I don't think she means a literal weapon though.
I'm pretty sure it's not, but like I could only imagine what I mean. I'm not thinking like a WMD. I'm thinking like something metaphorical.
Right. Some kind of knowledge or some kind of tool or something. Yeah.
But it's gonna be game changing.
Yeah, exactly. Something that'll change everything. But yeah. That's about it for this one. This one wasn't as jaw-dropping as last week, I guess you can say. There was no bunch of dead motherfuckers in the water moment.
Well, that's how they get you into the show.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm not upset. I was just pointing out that it didn't have that moment this week.
That feels.
Yeah. But, every time I get Gus again in a show, I'm happy because he's a phenomenal actor.
I just feel like Westworld's going to be like, it's like Game of, or like any other HBO show. It's kind of like the first half the season's going to plateau from like the opener, and then you get to like the middle of the season, and then it's going to be like, oh shit, oh my god, yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's what they tend to do, so I can understand where that would go.
I'm just taking these next couple of weeks as very detail-oriented things before it really starts to get
world building.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. But yeah, was there anything else with this episode you wanted to make sure we talked about before we ended this?
There was no nudity really in this episode.
Yeah, there was. You just didn't see anything. Because Dolores was nude when they were in that lab or whatever, when she was sitting there, but you just didn't see her titties and shit.
Yeah, she was nude down to her robotics. Like when you saw like nothing, like when it was just her collar, like her collarbone area, and then everything else was like what's fully underneath all of them.
Well, you said no nudity. I was just pointing out there was nudity.
Okay.
I mean, you can't get much more nude than that.
Yeah, I guess. Bare your soul to me, robotics.
Yeah. I'm sorry you didn't get a penis this week, all right?
I'm totally okay with that.
I don't know. I might have to. I'll write in to HBO and tell them that you want more penis. What?
You don't have to do that.
It's not a problem. I'll gladly do it for you.
You don't have to do that. It's okay.
I'll tweet them. I'll make sure I mention you in the tweet. So I tag you. I'm like, yo, this person wants more penis.
No, it's okay.
It's way too late for that now. I'm gonna do it. I've already decided.
Already drafting the tweet, aren't you?
It's already been decided. It is decided.
Oh boy.
Let's play a little game, Mar.
A game? What is this, Saw now?
No, you've played it before.
Are you gonna ask me who's winning and who's losing?
Yup.
Are there really any winners or losers in this?
That's the game.
I wasn't prepared for this, so
I know you weren't. That's what makes it fun.
I feel like you're only doing this because John is not here. So therefore I feel like this is a turnaround punishment to me because John fucked up this week.
Only partially.
Oh, okay.
Because I was debating doing it anyway.
I'll remember to kick him in the ass later.
Do it. Twice.
Winners. Dolores and friends.
I can get with that.
I feel like hands down the losers are still humans in that time period. It's hard because we're watching 3 different timelines.
I don't know. Yeah, Logan seemed like he going through it, so clearly he seems to be losing to me.
He's human, so
Yeah.
I mean that still pretty much
I mean,
stands
yeah,
for
he
whatever.
technically qualifies, but you were talking about a different set of humans that don't include him, though, because he wasn't there.
Well, where is he as of now? 2 weeks later.
I don't know. He's like as old as William, so
Oh yeah.
he might be
Oh,
dead for real by then.
humans is my answer.
Well, I'm gonna say Logan,
People.
like in the before times, in the long, long ago.
Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for this week's episode of Wild Wild Westworld. Don't forget, we'll be at you every week, approximately 30 minutes after Westworld. And also on podcast services everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all that good stuff, Stitcher, Intunes if you have that. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I'm on there. I got us on there. Still trying to make Spotify cooperate. We'll see how that works out. I'm dedicated to this. If I have to like email them daily, I'll get us on Spotify.
I didn't even know Spotify had podcasts, to be honest.
Yeah, they do. And I want that badly. Let me think. That's about it. I guess we'll put this on YouTube also. You can find our YouTube page. Just go to creationmagazine.com. Also, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Creation Magazine. And if you're watching this live, thanks for watching this live. Facebook.com/Creation Magazine. And yeah.
Where can they find you, Travis?
I don't want them to find me.
I mean, CIA is already in your phone, so
You're right. At Sir Cussalott on both Twitter and Instagram. That is at SIR_CUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
I can be found on Instagram and Twitter at Mara the Shark. It's MARADASHARK.
All right. That'll be it. Until next time, we out.
Till next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Goodbye, Mara.